We have a serial killer at large. We're talking about a large haystack hiding a very small needle.
This guy's totally a psycho.
He's calling from Sorority Row. He's gonna pull a Ted Bundy.
The same thing that everybody has to do to impress Tim. I think Tim is very hard to impress. And I think Penn's, the whole thing about him of, coming from a small town, thinking he knows everything, being a bit of a hot shot, these are all things that completely have, irked Bradford from the beginning and rubs him the wrong way. But, going back to just who Bradford is, right? He's just not going to let you know if he's impressed by anything for a long time. And he wants you to squirm, he wants you to struggle, he wants you to feel the pressure, because if you can handle it with him, you can handle it with anybody on the street. And I think that's always his mentality. So I don't think it really matters what he does to get a compliment. And I don't think we're going to see much of that from Tim for quite some time. But even with the little mistakes he makes in the episode, they're not little. I mean, they're important mistakes.
That was a big mistake.
Yeah, they're important mistakes. But I'm just, like, even just a detail, he's going to ride him and be on him about it, endlessly to make him uncomfortable and hopefully never do it again. We shut down a section that was off, kind of like a section, I think, that pulls off the side of the freeway. So it was still a big section. It was a merger or an exit type situation. And it was in Long Beach, and we shut down an important area. We've done it a couple times on bridges and things like that. It's, certain times of the day that they'll give us that access. It's not during rush hour or anything like that, but it's still an inconvenience for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's a lot of fun. I will say, anybody that comes onto our show, they're very fortunate because we have such a, you've been around us a lot. We have a very tight-knit, fun, easygoing group.
Oh, yeah.
And we welcome him right in. And of course, he's still, trying to find his way and in the early stages, which I think was perfect because as a character coming in as a rookie to an established department from another department, you're going to feel a little awkward. So he's been great at that, natural adjustment. He's a solid actor, great guy. We have a lot of fun together, and it's he's been a great addition. At times, he'll ask me, for sure. I mean, I'm much easier at, me compared to Tim, but he does come to me for a lot of advice on a lot of things on, what we can do here and there and navigating the ins and outs. Yeah. I think those elements of him that he started to bring out are what Tim is looking for. And I think it's what Tim starts to respect more and more as we see the season go on. And his willingness and want to sort of humble himself and maybe I thought I knew it all, but I don't, and I want to learn, and I'm bring it, and come, bring me everything you've got and test me. I think that mentality of what Miles is bringing to the show is perfect for Tim in that dynamic. Some people do come in through the season. I get some great. I love Felix. I get some stuff with him throughout the season. Britt comes in. I get some great scenes with Britt. She's lovely. She's a lot of fun. So there are more coming throughout the season where we utilize Feds in the right way and still keep those characters active in our universe, and it's fun. Let me tell you, Kojo's gotten so good over the years. And when he first started with us, he was just training with these, animal trainers. He was learning everything. He was a little bit harder to wrangle and get into the scene. A great dog, but he just do this perfectly and not hold up, production. He was more challenging early on, and we were all commenting this first time around. We're like, damn, Kojo's he's hitting his mark better than most of us. He's really good, doing all kinds of stuff, perfect. So he's great. He's a sweet dog, and he's mature, which you can just tell. His training, everything's set in, and he's comfortable on set. Yeah, I like a lot of what's happening. I know a lot of fans, and I've seen it all over social and online. People are like, wait, what happened? What's the time jump? Why are they so comfortable? We left off with them in the elevator. Why are we at this place where they are behaving so comfortably in front of each other? And my response to that, and I think, look, that fandom is so incredible and intense at the same time. They look at every detail of what's going on. And I think if you put it in perspective that when they're working together, they have a banter and they have a dynamic, like you said, they're so comfortable with each other, but they have to also put on this show around everybody that they can be colleagues with baggage, be professional,
Right.
and do the job while still having a good time, not like, just making the day enjoyable while you're at work. But I think a lot of that is just them trying to navigate what this looks like as exes. And when you see them after the fact, it's like, yeah, they never broke up because they stopped loving each other. They broke up because Tim didn't feel he was good enough for her. And I think that's what the fans, have to understand. As a little time has passed, the wound is still there, but it's like it's healing. There's a scab on, for Lucy. She's trying to make amends with the situation the best she can. I think it's a very fun journey that we're seeing. It jumps all over. We joke, a recent one I posted, one of our PAs filmed it, and we were all in it. Sometimes Melissa will film it, sometimes a PA will film it. We've had Miriam, who's our social creator on the show, she'll film them. When I'm at home, it might just be set up, but I swore I was so anti-TikTok. Like, I was the guy that wanted it banned, and then it got banned, and I'm like, why did I do it? Why do I have almost 5 million followers? And why am I doing this thing? And it's got banned. And now I'm all into the platform, which is the irony. But I will say, the rookie fandom on TikTok is enormous. And so many people have found the show from it. So, it's just a platform that makes a lot of sense to keep putting this content out because the fans seem to really enjoy it. It's on the show. You guys are going to see a couple awesome moments. First of all, these are Easter eggs that started last season, funny enough, towards the end of last season. It lives in Chen's apartment, so you'll see the 2 bottles there. Right. It lives in Tim's house now, so you'll see him there. And I think it's even in Nolan's bar case. At times, we have a Valentine's episode where it's behind the bar. Tim's getting a pour of it behind the bar. And there's a great moment in a scene coming up down the road where Angela and Tim are having a hang and talking at his house, and it was written to have a beer, and I was like, hey guys, can I have a little palm? So you see Tim go over and pour his palm, and they come back and they cheers. So it makes an appearance, which is awesome. It's complicated. That's what I can tease. It's a complicated episode. Tim and Lucy find themselves in a very tricky situation, a moment. And again, like I said, these two have never stopped caring about each other. So you put 2 people in a compromising, weird position and, feelings come out, maybe a little bit of thoughts come out. So I can tease that you're going to get a moment where they have to check themselves. And I can tease that it's a fun, very fun Valentine's episode with some good, all the good stuff that Lucky brings every week. But as far as them, there's a complex moment.